Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um Today we're going to be making some pajamas, some pajama pants. Some pajama shorts. Let me be specific. And these are gonna be like a low cut short. Have your little booty out or whatever. Know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna need is our yarn. I actually don't remember what make or weight this yarn is. I bought it from Michael's like a year ago and I don't remember. You're gonna need your hook. I am using a where's it go? Anyway, I'm using a 4mm. Need your hook. You need at least 2 stitch markers. Your tapestry needles, some scissors, and of course, last but not least, most important, your measuring tape. Let's go. Okay. So we're gonna start off chaining 9. Some people usually like to do 13 or 12, but I like a short. I don't want it to be too long, like to go over my stomach. I want it to be like right there on my waist. So we're gonna chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, see, we now have 9 stitches on our hook. I'm going to skip the first stitch. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna skip the first stitch, go into the second one with single crochet. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure that when you're crocheting into the chain is straight. As you can see, mine was turning. It won't make. 7, 8. Okay, so after we finish the first row, we're going to chain 1, turn, and continue that stitch in the back loops only. But when you get to the last stitch, put it in both loops. Chain 1, turn, repeat the process. Okay, see, we're at our last 2 stitches. We're going to go into the back loop of this one. And then you see, the 2 loops here. You're going to go into both loops, not only the back loop, but both, right? Single crochet, chain 1, turn. I feel like it gives it a better feeling when it comes to like the edge. I don't know. I just feel like it's better. It helps, keeps it a little bit more sturdy at the end. But yeah, you're gonna complete that until you get to your desired waist size. So mine's maybe about like 24 inches when it comes to using the measuring tape. Okay, so we're back, and this is my ribbing. I honestly wasn't counting how many rows I did, so I can't tell you. But now I'm grabbing my measuring tape and I'm gonna measure. And okay, yeah. So I thought I was doing 24 inches, but that is too small. So I added some more and it's at 29. 29 inches for this. This is actually not as, this yarn is not as stretchy as I thought it would be. Okay. So now we're going to put it together and slip stitch into each back loop only. Again, stitch across. So oop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I like to add an extra one for good measure. So 9. 9. And now, look at that. So now what I like to do is chain 1, and then I like to single crochet into each row. So right next to that, 1, I'm going to single crochet 1, and then right here into this next row, we're going to single crochet there. And then we're just going to do that all the way around. And if you want and you feel like you're not going to remember what stitch, you can always place a stitch marker in that first stitch right there, not in the chain 1. So continue to go around with a single crochet and we'll be back. Okay, so now that we've finished our single crochet around, you see it looks a little bit more neat. We're going to slip stitch into that first stitch, slip stitch, chain 2, and pull it to leave a nice long string. We're going to put it down. Well, I like to turn mine over to get this piece right here that we slip stitched into to put it together, and we now have to measure and go half and half. So for me, it's gonna be perfect, like 7 1/4. That's cool. So now, after measuring, what you're gonna do is place your your slip stitch, your what the hell is this called again? Stitch marker. Sorry, your stitch marker into that one loop over there on one side, and then your second stitch marker on the other side. And this is to help us mark where we're going to start in the increases for the hips. You want to put your hook back on, and that chain 2 that's there, turn the work, turn it, turn it, turn it. And then you're going to obviously skip the slip stitch, and we're going to do a half double crochet. We're going to wrap around, go into the first stitch, pull through, pull through. And that is the first half double crochet. And we're just going to double crochet around until we get to that first stitch marker. Okay, we have approached the stitch marker, and what I like to do here is the increase. I like to do 2 half double crochet, and then you place the stitch marker back into the first stitch. So let me show you. 1, 2, into the same. Then you add your stitch marker. You see this? Into that first increased stitch. And then you just continue to do 1/2 double crochet around until you reach the second stitch marker and continue the process. Okay, so we are approaching the second stitch marker, and I just wanted to show again for any beginners watching for the increase. So I'm going to take the stitch marker out. One, half double crochet, two, half double crochet, and we're going to place the stitch marker back into that first half double crochet and continue to crochet till we get back to here. Okay, so once we get here, we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch after the chain 2, slip stitch, we're going to chain 2 again and turn. And what we're going to do is to continue the same pattern until you get to your desired hip length. Like, you know, measure your hips and make sure it's where it needs to be. I'll come back to show you how mines look after a few rounds. Okay, so I just wanted to come back and show you what 6 rounds of the increase looks like. As you can see, it's starting to make the hip shape. You see? And we're gonna continue this. I need to make a few more. I'll probably do up to like 10 rounds. I'll probably, okay, so 4 more rounds of increase for myself, and then I will come back and show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, all right. I got a little caught up yesterday, but I did do my increases. I actually did up to 13 rounds of increasing, and then I did 3 more rounds of just half double crochet. I'm doing my last round of half double crochet, and then we're gonna fasten off after your last round. You know, make sure you're trying it on, make sure it's covering the crotch. After that last round, we're gonna fasten off, and I'll be back to show you what we're gonna do next. All right, we're reaching the end of our last round of half double crochet, just all the way around. And we are going to slip stitch as you would regularly. Chain 1 and fasten off. God damn it. Sorry, I was having technical difficulties. Fasten off that piece right there. Make sure you pull it nice and tight. And now this is what you have. It look shit. If you want a nice little mini skirt, you can leave it like this. But no. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna place it down in front of us. You know, make sure it's nice and stretched out. And we're going to get those 2 stitch markers again. God damn it. Get the 2 stitch markers. And we are going to place a stitch marker right, not in the slip stitch, but in that stitch we slip stitched into. We're going to place a stitch marker there. And then we're going to angle it and place another one on the other side. Like so. And now you should have your stitch markers lined just like that. After you've put the stitch markers in, what you want to do is I like to just create a slip knot onto the hook. Jesus. Put it right where that stitch marker is. Well, take this off. Put the hook right in where the stitch mark is, put the yarn back on a hook, pull through, chain. That's how I like to secure my yarn back on. So we're gonna take the stitch marker off, and then including that one chain, we're going to chain up 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so this is for me. What you should do is you can chain, try it on, and measure to see how, like, to make sure it's not tight on your crotch area. You don't want it to be too tight. So what we're gonna do is right where the second stitch marker is, we're going to put the hook right in there. Put it in there and basically slip stitch it closed or together. Slip stitch, slip stitch, see? And you chain 2. And it depends on either way you want to go around. You can go around this way or you can go around that way. But I'm probably going to be going around this way and crocheting with the tail end inside so that, I don't have to weave it in. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to remove this stitch marker. And this is just to make sure that the lining here in the back stays together and is not in the front. It's supposed to be, like you're seeing. So all we're going to do is just half double crochet until we get to the other side of the chain. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm crocheting with this tail end so that it can be weaved in without me having to do weaving in the end. Okay, I feel like that's enough. I'm gonna cut the rest of that off and continue to have double crochet. Okay, we've reached the chain, and what we're going to do is we're going to continue our half double crochet, but we're going to go into that top loop of the chain only until we reach the other side once again. So let's go. All right, this is the last stitch. Now, as you can see right here, I'm going to slip stitch, chain 2, and turn. And that is how you start the first leg for the shorts. So I'm gonna probably, that was our first round. Maybe I'll do 2 more and try it on because I don't want that there. I want them to be like cute, sexy shorts. I don't want them to be too long. Cute, sexy, comfortable shorts. I don't want them to be too long or too short. So after I try them on and come back, I'll let you know how many rounds I've done. All right. I tried it on after 3 rounds of half double crochet, and I am satisfied. It looks really nice. I like how it fits. Soft, fluffy. So now what I'm going to do is fasten off. And we're going to start on the other side. Well, basically the other leg. We're going to start the other leg. And I'm going to actually tie this up one more again, just to make sure it's nice and secure. Boom. We'll fasten that in later. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to once again get our yarn, slip knot, go in to the thing and basically pull through, chain 1, 2, and this is going to be the start of the new round for the next leg. And we're just going to half double crochet around just like so, just like on the other leg. And when you get there, you slip stitch, chain, just like that, so that once again the lining, you see, is here and not in the front. Okay, so we're back at the chain, and what we're gonna do is go into the other side of the loop. It's kind of hard to see with this yarn, but the other loop is right here. So we're gonna go into that, and there is a tail, so we're gonna weave that in as we go. We're just gonna make sure it's the same amount of stitches as the first time we went through for the other side. Sorry, this yarn a little heavy now. But yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I am so silly. I can't help it. I really, really, really can't. I'll be trying to, suppress it, but it's like, I wanna be free. Yeah, like, I need to stop talking and focus. Yeah, I'm just grabbing a whole bunch of ends and putting them in, so I don't have to do it later. Right, this is the last one. Boom. Slip stitch into the first stitch. Chain 2. 1, 2, and turn. And I'm gonna do this for 2 more rounds. Oh, let me show you how it's looking. I'm gonna do this for 2 more rounds just so it can be even, and I'm gonna fasten off and weave in whatever ends I was not able to crochet in. Okay, we are all done. I know it looks weird because of how it is, but yes, the shorts is shortened. I'm gonna try them on to let you see how they fit. And yeah. All right, these are the shorts on. Like, look at that. Yes. Give in. I like this. Um, you can stop right here if you want, or you can stay tuned and watch how I put and make a drawstring for this piece here to make it fit a little tighter. You know what I'm saying? So for the drawstring, we're just gonna chain, and I might chain 100. I'm not too sure. Let's see what 100 chains look like. Around 15, 16, Yeah, so I did 100 chains. I'm actually gonna add one more, so 101, so that way I can fasten off. Cut that, fasten that whole off. All right, after we fasten off, we're going to get our tapestry needle. Like to use these ones. It's a little bit better to pull the yarn through the loop. And then we're going to find, I am going to find the front of the pants. This is the front, this is the back. You can see the lining in the back. No lining in the front. This is the front. And we're gonna go into this stitch here, and every 4 rows is where we'll place it back. I don't know how to explain it. Just watch. So we're going to do this. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go in. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come out. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Go in. 1, 2, 3, 4, come out. And you want to repeat this all the way till you get back over here, but you're going to stop here so that, you know, obviously, so you can be able to tie it together. So now we have our drawstring, and I'm not going to put them back on again, but see, it'll tighten it up. It looks like a pouch now, but no, it's not a pouch. Yeah, you can cut the ending off of these, but I like to leave them like a little tassel. I am gonna cut it to be even, so one is not longer than the other, because that will cause my anxiety to spike, you know. But yeah, see, it's so cute. All done. Now, if you like this pattern, please give it a thumbs up, and comment, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the top